Do you believe that guys and girls can have platonic friends? I think so. But in today's Reddit story, the OP wants to know if he was the a-hole for suspecting that his girlfriend was more than just friend with her guy friend. Let's get into it. It's from the subreddit Am I the A-hole? And it's titled, Am I the a-hole for telling my girlfriend I told you so and then dumping her over her male best friend? I'm 26 male. My girlfriend, now ex, is 25. We dated for a year. I'll call her Cindy. When Cindy and I started dating, she told me early on that she had a male best friend, Greg. For the record, I need to say here that I fully believe that a man and a woman can have a completely platonic and mutual rewarding friendship without either ever acting inappropriately. About 6 months after we started dating, Cindy finally introduced me to Greg. We went to a restaurant to get some drinks and food. I really liked Cindy, and so I was naturally excited to meet her best friend. When we showed up at the restaurant, immediately after shaking my hand, Greg compared his height to mine. I'm 5'9", and he is something like 6'2". He did that thing that elementary school students do where they put their palms on top of their heads and move it out in a straight line. He was demonstrating that he was much taller than me. I chuckled thinking it was just in line with his personality, and Cindy got a laugh out of it too. Over dinner, Greg contradicted me on virtually everything I said. He was relentless. I talked about something for about 30 seconds, and he'll move his head to the side saying, well, then going into details about how I was wrong. Cindy seemed to be having a good time though, so I sucked it up. But what bothered me more than anything was the way he looked at Cindy. She must be the most obtuse person in the world to not notice. When she bent over to pick up her bag after dinner, he checked out her butt too. On the Uber ride home, Cindy and I got into an argument about Greg. I said that I was really uncomfortable with her being friends with him. I then elaborated with everything. How he kept trying to one-up me, that he checked out her butt, how he looked at her. She said I was being dramatic. The argument turned kind of nasty, and about a block away from our apartment, Cindy decided to get out. In the unlikely event that our Uber driver is reading this, sorry man, I didn't want to make things awkward for you. Cindy and I fought. We made up and I thought I had her convinced that Greg was bad news. She agreed to distance herself from him. Well, last night I learned she hadn't. Cindy called me at 11 or so, clearly distraught, saying she needed a ride home. I asked what had happened and she says, don't be mad, but Greg tried to kiss me. I was immediately kind of ticked off, but the too long didn't read was 1. Greg invited her over to his place for drinks. 2. Greg got her to drink a lot. 3. Greg went in for a kiss. 4. Cindy dodged him and left. 5. Greg first followed her until she screamed at him, drawing the attention of his neighbors. Cindy was super drunk, and so after picking her up, I decided to talk about it with her in the morning. I organized my talking points in advance, but simply after she woke up, I told her that she had betrayed my trust by meeting Greg. I told her that he was a creep and that our relationship was over. Cindy is now calling me a victim blamer. She's really upset about how I broke up with her when she was sick, aka hungover. Am I really the a-hole for ending a relationship like this? No, OP, you dodged a bullet. If Cindy clearly could not see how Greg was really into her and she completely ignored all the red flags, yeah, you really dodged it. Come on, seriously, Cindy, if Greg was acting like a little boy, oh, I'm taller than your boyfriend. Really? That's so childish. Oh my god, I cannot believe it. OP, you did the right thing. Dump her. Go find someone who is not that so clueless about what's going on with her guy friend. Her guy friend is clearly into her. Especially after you told her, hey, all the things that you pointed out, that he was checking her out, the way that he was talking. Come on. I get that, maybe from Cindy's point of view, she might be saying, oh, you're just too much, after that conversation that you had with at dinner. And then you did ask her, say, hey, I feel really uncomfortable. And she said that she'll keep a distance away from Greg too. So, in a way, she broke your trust too. So, yeah. If I was in OP's position, I'd be like, nah, you broke my trust, forget you. How can I trust you to not do it again? But anyways, let's see what some of the commenters have to say about this. First commenter says, Greg's master plan coming together nicely. So basically, I guess Greg is trying to break up OP and Cindy, and it's working? Alright. Another commenter says, if Cindy is going to get together with Greg after him trying to sexually assault her, Cindy has feelings for him, and either way, OP is better off getting out of this mess. I agree. Yes. Follow-up commenter said, based on the information in this post, I think it's a bit much to call this assault. It sounds like he misread her cues and probably followed her to try to fix it. I say this as a female that has experienced actual SA. Ooh, yeah, that's kind of true. Another commenter also mentioned, saying that, yeah, he misread the cue of his friend who was in a committed relationship. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Greg clearly knows that Cindy was in a relationship with OP, but he still tried to hit on her. Does that make sense? Alright. Another commenter says, it seems like he might have gotten her drunk if she didn't mean to get drunk. If he became friends with her, so she'll trust him like she would a brother and betray that trust to get her drunk so he can make a move on her, then yes, I'll consider that potentially a form of assault. If Cindy feels betrayed by him, her feelings are the valid ones out of her and Greg in this situation. Many women complain about being friends with men, only to find out that the men only became friends with them, hoping to get into their beds. Never a problem I have, but I can imagine that the betrayal would feel excruciating. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I've had that too. I had guys try to be friends with me when their intentions were not pure. And that is not a very good feeling. Let's see. Another commenter says, well, yeah, no question there. If Greg really believed he was getting signals from Cindy that she was interested in him, he wouldn't need to get her so drunk, would he? And he knew she had a boyfriend, so he's absolutely a craphead. I completely agree. This Greg is just a complete jerk and a loser. He has to go hit on his friend who's in a committed relationship. Come on, he's just too much. Anyways, what do you guys think? Do you think OP was the a-hole in the situation when he told Cindy that I told you so about, Greg being into her, and then telling her that, I mean, he's not really blaming her for what happened, but he did tell her, that Greg was into her. Or do you think that, OP was in his right, saying, hey, it is what it is. Let me know in the comment section. And if you like these types of stories, continue to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys later.